We start this not with Elric's first appearance in comics, the one from Conan with the weird hat, but with his first series from 1983, made by Roy Thompson, Greg Russell, and Michael T. Gilbert, Elric of Melnibone, Out of the Dreaming City. Irkun comes to Elric, Emperor of Melniboné, lover of his cousin's sister, and hated by Irkun himself. The cousin asks the albino if the music from the surgically operated slaves displeases him because he won't join the dance. Elric tells him no. Irkun tries to imply that Elric is weak, and while the Emperor's only duty to his people is to rule them, he asks, hypothetical, if the ruler is weak in body, does that not mean he is weak in spirit, and thus unfit to rule his subjects? Purely hypothetical, of course. Elric answers that no such emperor exists. Divim Tvar, the Lord of the Dragon Isles, threatens Irkun, but Elric tells him that his cousin saw him bored and only wanted to simulate him a little. But now Elric grows weary and he must retire. And so Elric leaves, putting upon the ruby throne the war helmet. Irkun tries to grab it, but Divim and the guards stop him and tell him it's forbidden to touch the throne or the helm, as long as you're not the emperor. Irkun tells the Lord of the Dragon Cave, Tavar, that he would be lucky to die with his master. Divim wants the honor guard to escort the red-haired cousin, or stepchild, but he refuses and leaves by himself. Cymeriel jumps at her brother, telling him if he does anything to Elric, she will kill him herself. Irkun says that she picked her side, and now her doom is her own, after slapping her. Irkun won't accept to have the blood of their house diluted with that of Elric, and tells his sister to look for her own life. Irkun then exits the hall while Cymeriel cries in the arms of Divim. Elric and Cymeriel later on ride upon horses on a beautiful day outside of Imrir. The weather was nice. Cymeriel had used her magic to create a cloudless sky. The cousin lovers stop, and Elric asks if Irkun didn't forbid Cymeriel from using her magic. Cymeriel answers that Irkun believes all magic as dark and evil as his. But that matters little. Cymeriel is worried about Elric, stopping so close to Imrir only for him to collect his thoughts. Cymeriel brings up that while Irkun is her brother, Elric will have to slay him at some point. Elric mentions that the only way for his cousin to kill him would be to use magic, but wizardry won't work on the Emperor. But he wonders if Irkun wouldn't be a better emperor to a people that want to conquer the old world. They reach a cliff and Elric says he can't slay his cousin. He doesn't have the right. But Cymeriel argues that he does have the right by being the emperor, and all those loyal to him think so. Elric doubts himself and thinks that Irkun would be a better emperor again. What if Elric brings doom to the Dragon Isles? Cymeriel says that he sees doom in all things, and he should accept the good gifts he has. There are few in number already. Elric agrees and proposes they go swimming. After the swim, they go to fornicate in a cave. Once they are exhausted from that, Elric thinks about how his fate is tied to Melniboné, and would want to learn more of it, or far less. He thinks of when the Dragon Isles was the mistress of the world, rich and powerful, human merchants coming directly to them, and about the powerful sorcerer emperors, of which he was descended from. The 428 in line, he feels small compared to them. He wished he could know all those conquering wizards and how they respected the old rituals. Elric, in his right, respects a few of the rituals, and because of that, Irkun says that he will bring doom to the Dreaming City. Elric wonders if for all his scheming and manipulation, his cousin might be right. The Empire lost its power in 500 years, despite their dragon riders led by Divim Dvar. In a century or two, most of what remains of that power will be gone. The young human kingdoms already tried to pirate the last remains of the Empire by attacking the Dreaming City. Nobody wants to believe Elric when he talks about the downfall of their empire. So Elric contemplates. He wishes his father Sadric had more children so a suitable heir could lead the empire. But his father loved only one woman. Unable to find joy in another partner, what remained of her was the thin-blooded Elric. But the child was a prodigy of magic, more powerful than all the emperors that came before him. Nobles in the court even talked about how he could bring back the might of their empire. And this power did not come alone. Elric was weak, needing all manner of magic rituals known to kings and drugs to be able to lift his hands from his body. This left him only the pleasure of reading, and the more he read, the more he wondered if such powers as his should be used at all. Elric muses if and when he wed Cimmeril, if he should respect the old ritual of sacrificing 12 brides and their grooms to the Lord of Chaos. A ritual his father ignored and brought doom upon his family. Could this ritual save Melniboné? The denizens of the Isles wish they knew that, and so too did Elric, son of Sadric. A storm comes, and Cimmeril wants them to stay in the cave, but Elric needs his potion. He only has an hour or two before his weakness comes back. So they go to their horses, and rain falls like a waterfall. Thunder and lightning flash across the earth, like a lord of chaos tries to communicate with the world. Cimmeril looks at her lover, and a cold chill shocks her body. Elric looks to her as a demon without humanity. He laughs at the storm, he laughs at the rain falling upon him, and Cimmeril knows, deeply and tragically, that this morning ride was the last moment of peace they would ever have. A rabbit looks at them as they ride. Elric laughs, and Cimmeril tries to laugh too, but she can't. She knows that this storm is a sign of a greater storm to come.